All right, I think I'm there. Hey, Mislav, it's just you and I right now. Might be just the two of us all afternoon, come to think of it. It was kind of a delay in my sharing that I was going to do something, but I had this really cool idea that I wanted to try, and I just thought I'd go ahead and do that live stream. It was another one of those situations where I was not going to live stream it. I was just going to do it, and I thought, I got a couple other things I need to do as well. This camera seems a little blurry on me. I'm going to have to work on that. That's one of the technical issues I've been having. I've got a new camera here. I'm trying to work on that. I have my running gear on, so after this, I plan on braving the cold. It's 30 something, but it feels like 24 out there, so that's going to be a blast. So I'll have to see how that goes too, Mislav. So what I wanted to do is I'm hoping a few people will pop in here, especially I'm hoping Mark will pop in. I've got a little surprise for him if he decides to join us. But what I have is, let's see if everything is working here. I have a basic program that I found in the Commodore 128 Programmer's Reference Guide that I really wanted to try. So we'll talk about that first. But then underneath, I had a few things that I wanted to share that kind of came by parcel post over the holidays. I have a couple of things that I haven't opened yet, and I have one thing that has been opened, and I can reveal that one now. I found this book prior to the holidays, and this is called VIC-20 Exposed. I don't know if it is -5 degrees Celsius. Holy cow, that is cold where you are, Mislav. I would recommend not running, or if you do, bundle up 4 or 5 times over and over if you do that. Not sure if you're a runner or not. And I had I had this chat I never put in there while I was doing it. Hey, Jamie's Hack Shack, welcome. Bird, just in front walk. Hope everyone is well. Yes, I was just mentioning that I am, let me show you what I'm looking at here. Let's see. I got to remember here we go. Number 4. I'm using my switcher today. Let me get back over here. That's not the one. 4. Get right here in a minute. I've got my running gear on and plan on going out after this and going for a run. So we'll see how that goes, Jamie. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? High all 7 Celsius here in the UK. That is quite chilly. That is for sure. So welcome, Mark. Mark, is this your first time, Mark, with us on my live stream? I've had a couple of Marks. I know I have Mark Dell, but he comes in and his whole name says Mark Dell. So I'm not sure if this is your first time. If it is, welcome. If it's not, welcome anyway. So glad to have you on board. And I'm using OBS today. I'm in a different location. I usually broadcast from the other area, and so I came in here. And I have this new camera that I've been wanting to try. It's actually pretty cool. Check this out. I can back up, but watch the camera. It kind of tracks, but I've noticed it's a little grainy, so I've got to work on that. I mean, I could even move over here and it'll track a little bit. Oh, good. I'm glad you've been here before, so you know what to expect. You know what you've gotten yourself into, Mark. So thanks for showing up. But this camera is really kind of wild. It's designed for Zoom meetings, and I was just curious would it work in OBS. So it seems to be, but it's got a little blur to it, so I got to figure it out. It's a 4K camera. It's not moving mechanically. It's got a 4K sensor in it, and what it's doing is using that 4K sensor in that field of view to track me and follow me, which is kind of cool. Even if I come way back here, you can see it zooms in, but it's really blurry at that point. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, that's the problem I was having. It does have its own proprietary software that I have to install on the Mac. It was working when I went upstairs. I came back and the app crashed, so I had to reload the app. It is in beta. They're still working on it. This was a Indiegogo camera that I found. So let's go back to chat here. Mark on Twitter. Oh, good. Yeah, Twitter. Gotcha. Michael Whip is with us. Good morning, Michael. Happy to see you all. And then Xander Bartles is here. Good morning. Good morning, eve night. I love that, Xander. Can't wait to receive my MEGA65 in March. Just curious, does the MEGA65 also support 1541 drive? It does. I'm not going to talk about that today, but I will just give you this. I have used the Pi 1541. I've not used the actual 1541, but I have used the Pi 1541 on the IEC. There's a plug. The IEC port is on the back, and you can plug in a 1541, 71, 81, and they work. You do have to go into the freezer, which we're going to use the freezer today, so you'll see that. But you go into the freezer and you set that. As a matter of fact, today I'm going to be using the physical internal floppy drive instead of a disk image for this live stream, because I just thought that would be fun. So I have one right here, and I can't believe I'm actually holding a 3.5-inch floppy and excited to use it. That's where we are with the MEGA65, which is really cool. So, and you can hear this. It's got a satisfying click when it goes in there. So Xander, welcome. I think this is your first live stream with me, so it's good to have you. I really appreciate those of you joining. Let me just check my stats here and see what we have on the live stream. Hold on just a second here. What did I do? Did I accidentally close a window here? Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe it's here. Yep, I accidentally closed a window. Hold on, I'm going to bring up my studio so I can see what's going on here. Oh, wrong keyboard. I've also got 2 keyboards, which also makes this a little bit difficult. Let me go to my live page here. And it's loading that page. There we go. So now I can see how many folks we have joining us. So if you want to see that, that is right here. So you can see we have 5 concurrent viewers right now. We've had 17 playbacks, which means people have popped in and popped out, which is normal, right? That's normally what we do. So going back to what we're going to talk about today, I had a couple of packages. The first thing, this was a book I found, and I'm not going to go through these in detail. Don't worry, we're not going to go page by page through these. But I just want to share a couple of books, but then I've got a couple here I haven't even opened yet, so I thought we'd open those. And then I found this, I think it's going to be really kind of a cool program, time permitting, and if I'll be quiet here in a little bit, we'll do it. This is a sample program that I found in the Commodore 128 Programmer's Reference Manual, and we'll talk about why I selected that here in a minute, but I just wanted to share that with you. So this is the first book that came in. This is the VIC-20 Exposed. This is a modern book written for the VIC-20. And as some of you may or may not know, the VIC-20 was my first computer and one that is near and dear to my heart. And I've been wanting to kind of dive in, but this has all kinds of great information inside about the VIC-20. You can see our guide here has programming in basic, immediate, and program modes, all those basic things, operators, VIC-20 basic commands, which are much more limited than the MEGA65. Let's face it, as we're going to find today. Advanced basic techniques. I love this, compressing basic programs, abbreviations. It does get into graphics. So again, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of immersing myself into basic. That's kind of I don't have a resolution for 2022, but one of them is to really get back in and do some stuff in basic and try and relearn some of those skills I lost from the 80s in programming. I used to do a lot of basic programming back in the day, created my own games, was going to submit one to a magazine, and just because of everything else going in my life, it never got there. It was kind of cool. It was Jamie, you'll appreciate this, being a Kentucky native, it was a horse racing game, but it had actual animated horses that would run across, and you had the racetrack behind it, and it had 2 levels of animation, so you had that animation of the background as well. I wish I could find it. I can't find it. It was so good. I've actually thought about recreating it, but I actually recreated that on the VIC. So this is just a book. You can see the book here. I think it's pretty nice. It's got all the commands, so it's just basically a replacement for the user's guide, but also with some modern tips and things that we've learned over time. So that's one there. I'm really excited about that one and digging into it. I did read a couple of books over the holidays. I'll share those next time. We'll talk about what I just finished next time. So let me throw this one to the side. And I do want to show you a couple of other books that I have. Let me check the chat and see where we are in the chat. I do like to keep up with Steven's streams about the MEGA65, kinds of gets the juices running. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad. Thanks, Mark. I try and do something on Mega weekly, a little something. I've been trying to do that. Mark also says VIC-20 was also mine. I'm sure I typed in Blue Meanies for many hours. I'm not sure I know what Blue Meanies is. I'm sure I typed in Blue. Mark, tell us what Blue Meanies is. And also I have to apologize for this live stream, since I am not using the Yellow Box Pro. Let me get back over here. I don't have the opportunity to put your chats on the screen. There probably is a way to do that in OBS, but I've not found that how I can put just individual chats. I know I can put a whole stream of chats in, but I like being able to pick and choose and put those in. So I can't do that today for those of you who are used to do that. Jamie wants to do some machine language. I do want to do that, but I think before I do that, I really want a really good understanding of BASIC again. And I think I've about got it. I have the whole MEGA65 user's manual printed, and I've been going through it and marking it up. So BASIC is starting to come back, and I'm really anxious in some of those advanced commands. But yes, machine language is something I want to get into as well. As a matter of fact, I'm finishing up the Commodore Plus 4 series, the user's manual series, and the final chapters, or the final encyclopedia as it's called, includes the TEDMON, which is the machine monitor. And I plan on digging into that just a little bit. I never programmed back in machine language back in the day, Jamie, but that is something that definitely I would like to do. I think, Jamie, that's something we should probably get going locally here with a little retro computer club. Might be something. All right, so let me go back into, and I'll try and keep an eye on chat. Let me go back into my desktop here and see. Hey, Mislav, thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chat. Thanks for that so much. As always, you're a wonderful supporter. As a matter of fact, Mislav is a supporter at the Commodore 128 level. I have memberships for retroCombs if anybody's interested. If you do get a membership, you can go all the way from pet from $1. For $1, just $1, you can drop $1, become a member at Buy Me a Coffee. Or you can go all the way up to the MEGA65 for $20 a month if you want to do that. And there's a range all in between, which is a lot of fun. So you can go from PET to VIC-20 to Commodore 64 to Plus 4 to Commodore 128 to MEGA65. So if you're interested in that, but you also get access to Buy Me a Coffee, where I post additional things. The last couple of days I posted like pictures of the studio and some things I'm working on. So Mislav says no need to mention it, but I always will, Mislav. Sorry. So I really appreciate it. Thank you. Now back on. Let's get back to talking about what we're here to do. So I'm going to go back into my desk and we're going to open up this package, and I'm not going to flip it over because that'll give my address away. Yes, Jamie, I know you're well aware. You know what my address is. Again, for those of you that might be new, Jamie is a neighbor. He lives, 4 or 5 houses down, not even a block. So he's really close. I think I've said it before. One of the great things about having Jamie as a neighbor is a lot of neighbors borrow mowers or yard implements. We tend to borrow retro computer stuff from each other. So, which is and Jamie's got a great collection of his own, and be sure and check out his channel at Jamie's Hack Shack. He's starting to ramp up his videos and doing more stuff as well. So as I cut through this, hopefully I do not cut a finger off. Luckily, the Swiss Army knife is really not sharp. All right, this is a book I purchased. Found this in the Facebook Texas Instruments group. The guy said, I've got 30 of these and I'm selling them for $5 a piece, and I thought I can't pass that up. So I've been excited to grab this to go with my TI. As you may or may not know, I have a TI computer as well. And this is Compute's first book of TI games. I'm really excited about that. Let me see if I can get this glare off of here. Oh, it's a different light. Oh, no, that's right. There we go. And let me turn on another one here. Oh, that's even worse. So we'll go ahead and turn that off. So this is, again, Compute's first book of games. You can see this one has a little wear. This is original, but I've been wanting to dive into BASIC even on the TI, which is really cool. So again, I got this for $5 plus shipping. I think it was $2, so $7, which I thought was a really great deal. But it is in really good shape. It doesn't, I mean, other than it's hard to tell. It looks like there's dirt on there, but I'm not so sure that's not intentional, because it's not. No, I don't think it's intentional. I think there's some wear, but you can see these are the games. Again, trying to dig into programming more. So here we go, programming the TI. As most of you know, I have no experience with the TI whatsoever. I purchased it at the Midwest Vintage Computer Festival Midwest. Jamie and I made a quick trip up there. I wouldn't call it a trip. It was an all-day trip, but it was a good trip up there, and bought the TI 994A, and have really wanted to try some things. So I've always loved Compute Magazine, so this is one I'm going to dive into and take a look. Mark says, Blue Meanies from Outer Space, VIC-20 game. I've heard somebody mention that. I don't know that I played that back in the day. So I'm going to, oh wait, no, I remember that. Blue Meanies. I've actually talked about that, I think, during a live stream before. So Mark, I think you actually may have been the one that brought that up. That may be why I think it's all coming back to me. So Again, I'll be playing around with this. We'll see if any of this makes it to the channel. I'm kind of all in on MEGA65 stuff right now, but because the TI just doesn't seem to have a lot of interest in that platform. There is, what's his name? Somebody Pixel Perfect, I think, or somebody on, how did I get over there? Let me, hey, we'll get back here. There we go. Let me get back to my desk here. I'm trying to remember his name on YouTube. I've been watching it. It's Pixel Perfect or something like that. He does a great series on the TI. It does a series that's so much better than what I would do. I would check that out. So that is the Compute's first book of TI games. We'll be taking a look at that, or I will, and I'll see if there's anything. So those are our 2 books so far. And then I have one more. I'm just going to drop these behind me right here. I do have one more that I want to open. And this one is, let me go ahead and pull the trigger on this one. All right, this one came from across the pond, and I'm really kind of excited about this one too. Actually, this is 2 books. I don't remember 2 books. Kind of interesting. I do not remember ordering 2 books. But the first one is this one right here. This is from the makers of the Magpie official magazine, which, by the way, if you're not aware of Magpie magazine, they actually provide free PDFs online that you can get. So that's kind of fun. So this is Retro Gaming with the Raspberry Pi. 164 projects of video, or 164 pages of video game projects. It's a beautiful book. Ran into this online, looked at it, and it's really, I've got some plans for my Raspberry Pi 400, and I also have a small arcade cabinet. Eventually, time permitting, I would love to dive into. So there's that one. Now, again, I did not realize I bought a second one. It's been so long. Now this one is Code the Classics Volume 1. I'm not sure if you've seen that. Again, kind of my New Year's resolution to get into coding. This is by the same publisher. Code the Classics not only tells the stories of some of the seminal video games of the 1970s and 80s, but shows you how to create your own games inspired by them using Python and Pygame 0. I just thought this would be a really neat book to dive in and read. I love to read, and mostly people say, what have you read last? It's almost always something technical. I rarely have a chance to read fiction or want to read fiction. I almost always prefer to read these types of manuals if I'm going to take time to actually read something. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is hardbound. This is really nice. Pretty pleased with it. And you can see right here, this is beautiful. Look at this thing. Here we go. Very first one, Pong, released 1972, arcade, dedicated console. So it's got a little information about Pong in here. Love that. Making Pong. And then as we go through, oh, I love this barrel Pong. I don't know that I ever saw that. So I'm looking forward to going through here and just learning about the history of these great games. And then I'm going to be curious to see how they code this using Python. Just some curiosities there. And let me see if there's code in here. Yeah, there we go. So there's some code right there, coding the classics in Python. I accidentally hit the key again. Here we go. Hold on. There, we'll get there. There we go. All right. So there it is right there. So those are the books that I had. I just thought I'd share those. But I know most of you are not here for the books. Let me roll back over here. Most of you are here because you want to see the MEGA65. Now, this is going to be an interesting exercise because I have not tried to type anything in. I've not done a complete program, so this is going to get very boring, I know, very quickly for some of you. But hey, if you like, hey, Jamie, we're back to the ASMR. If you like to hear keyboard clicks, you're going to hear that. Now, I have a good view for this, I think. I have a couple of different views, actually. I have this view, which is not the view that you're looking for. Hold on just a second. Let me pull back right here so that you can see the code while I'm typing. I also have another view that I call my tri-mode view, which is this view right. Let me get back over here to OBS, which is right here. So I can talk to you and I can type and you can see the code on my desk. So let me go ahead and zoom in here. And let me get you a little more light on this. There we go. And I can brighten that up a little bit for us. So I'll be bouncing back and forth between those modes, and I'll be reading from here and going through. But along the way, hopefully we're going to learn a little bit about the MEGA65 at the same time. So I do have the MEGA25 here. I don't think I can easily show that to you without messing around. Oh, I think I can. Hold on. So there's the MEGA65 right there in this cockeyed kind of view. Right there is the floppy disk right there that we're going to be using right there. See that? So that's in there. So we're going to use that. Michael says I have to head out just on free Wi-Fi grabbing a bite to eat while getting a tire rotation. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad I kept you busy during your tire rotation. Nothing worse than just hanging out there waiting for your tires, right? So, okay, so let me get back to this. And I am going to give this a shot, and we will see how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and reboot the MEGA65 here for you. Now, the way I've got it started, my MEGA65 automatically goes into the onboarding mode. Oh yeah, I've got my ruler here, just like the old days, right? We've got to grab our ruler, and then we've got to type. Just let me know, which one of these are you going to prefer? Because I know some of you are on phone. Are you going to prefer this view while I type? Which, let me get out of the onboarding here. Or do you think you're going to want the try mode? So send your votes down below. Let me know. I'm going to go ahead and start here for now. You'll get a chance to see that. Let me get rid of these. So what is this program? Well, it is a submarine tracking system. And I just thought that was going to be really kind of cool. And I got to keep remembering, my little clicker has to be in here in order to click. I just thought that would be kind of cool because it should give us that classic submarine blip sound on radar, which could be fun. Xander, I actually have a video on how to OCR programs out of books and get them into the MEGA65 or any retro computer. So I do have a video on the page if you want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to type. I wanted to start getting some muscle memory. Yes, it's going to be painful, but this is what I do on a Sunday afternoon. So I thought, you guys could join me, and I will be mindful of time. If we don't get it through, which I think we will, it's not that long, we'll be okay. It is only from here to here. This is a separate program right here. This program is separate from here to here. So we're only going to be typing from 10 to 230. So, and it looks like they're going in increments of 10, which is really nice. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go into the Mega. Can you use a 3.5 floppy drive in Go64 mode? Yes, the 3.5 inch floppy also works, Mark, in Mislav wants the try mode so you can see me struggling. You want to see me doing this, right? Okay, that's fine. We will do that. So let me show you how to use the floppy drive, because it's the same way in either the MEGA65 mode or the Commodore 64 mode. So if you're not familiar with what's being asked, if you type here, Go64, and that can be Go64 or Go, it can actually be this too, that will take you into C64 mode, right? Well, the flasher, which is holding restore down, gives you access to all the same hardware features in 64 mode or 65 mode. Now, it's important also to note that C64 mode is not a pure C64 emulator. What's really cool about C64 mode is that you can access some of the features of the MEGA65, such as additional bit planes for graphics, extra memory, all those cool things. It's pretty compatible. I haven't run into a lot of things that don't work. Games seem to work really well, but most things work fairly well. But you have to be careful. There are some things, especially when you start getting into assembly, that may or may not work. So I'm going to go ahead and now there's a sys command to go back to MEGA65 mode, and I think it's 5.2. Hold on, I have this because I did bring my handy dandy MEGA65 user's manual. Yes, sys 5.8. What was it? 5.8, yeah, 5.5.2. If I type this, that will take me, well, I say that. Let's try that again. Maybe I typed it wrong. Sys 5.8, 5.5.2. There we go. That takes us back to C65 mode. So, hey, Heinz, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Heinz is in here. Heinz is one of the developers of the MEGA65. We have, Heinz, just get you updated. We've opened up a couple packages, looked at a couple books, but we're really into the meat of it now, which is we're going to take this C128 program out of the Commodore C128 programs reference guide and see how, if it translates directly into the MEGA65 in MEGA65 mode. So I'm excited about that. So what we're doing now is we're getting everything set up. So I do want to use my floppy. Right now, if I pull up a directory, what you're going to notice is, and let's do directory P, because some of you may not have seen that. Try that again. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, directory wide, sorry. I was thinking of a list P because we're going to be using that a little bit later. But directory W will give you a page-by-page column listing, which is really nice. But right now I'm using the community disk that is the onboarding. So we're gonna fix that right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit my restore key, hold it, we're gonna go into the freezer. We're gonna go into 0, which it says internal drive is device 8. So what I'm going to do is hit 0, and I'm going to come down. I'm going to choose the internal 3.5-inch floppy. Heinz is not a developer. Oh, that's right, Heinz. You're you own a dev kit and have been helping. You're kind of like one of me. You own the dev kit and you're just trying to help out. I apologize, but Heinz does some really fun stuff too. So make sure you check out his Twitter. He was the one who informed me about some updates to the MEGA65 core that I haven't been able to get working yet. So be sure and check him out. Heinz, if you want to put your Twitter handle in the chat, I think people would appreciate following you because you do some good stuff. So I select my internal 3.5. Now that's been selected. I'm going to hit F3 and I'm going to resume. And now when I do a directory, you're going to notice that it's the single program on the floppy, which is something I called retroCombs. Now to load that, I can just come up here and I can do slash, I can do question or open quotes, and I can get rid of that and hit enter. Nope. Normally it does not require, hold on. I think I know what I did wrong. Hold on. This is what happens when I do live. I get gun shy here. Let's try that again. Hit this, space, space, space. There we go. There we go. And list, and you'll see it's just my old program for doing retroCombs. Now, the other thing I can do to make this a little easier for you to view, let me go ahead and hit run stop. I can hit, let me make sure I get this right. Yep. Escape and X, and I can change to 40 column mode. And I think that'll be easier for you all to read. Now it's green, which is unfortunate. So I need to change that back to white. So let's go ahead and do shift, command white. Oh, hold on. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead. I want a clean screen when I'm doing this. So let me go ahead and let's just reboot. I want to make sure I don't mess anything up. All right, let me exit out of here, go back into our freezer. Now, it does not hold those settings within reboot, so you do need to make those changes each time. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to hit Escape X, and now we're in 40 column mode, and that should be a little bit easier for you to read right there. Now, you'll notice that it listed it really quickly. I can also do something called a list P, which will do a page by page, which is really nice. That's new with the MEGA65, so that could be valuable as well right there. Okay, so let's escape that. Let's new, and let's make sure we've cleared out, and now we're ready to start typing. Now, this is where you guys just get to have fun chatting. What I would ensure that you do is if you see that there's an error, raise your hand, do something to let me know, hey, you've made a mistake. And we'll just kind of hang out. No, you know, I'll kind of comment as we go. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'll tell you what, this is a little small for me on the screen. I know, Mislav, you want to see me frustrated. Let me try this mode for a while right here. That'll blow it up a little bit so that you can see everything. And I think I can blow this up a little bit for you too. And that actually makes it a little easier for me to look at. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on auto, and it defaults to 10, so that's good. If you're not sure what auto does, you're going to see that here in just a minute. So we're just going to type temrem sub. Oh, here we go. See, getting used to this keyboard. This is the other reason I wanted to type, is because I want to get used to this keyboard. Sub. Yeah, I really can't type. This is going to be a long live stream. It'll get better as we go. Tracking system. Now, I'm not going to type every rem statement. At the end of each line, I'm not going to do that. So that'll free up some time too. Go for it. I was just, thanks, Mislav. I appreciate it. So you'll notice I set auto here. Now watch right here on this line. Now watch what happens when I hit enter. Nothing happens. How about that? So let me try that again. Auto Maybe I have to put a value after it. I thought it defaulted to 10. Auto 10. All right, so let's go back up here and try that again. There we go. There's line 20. So that's going to take some relief off of us as well. Color 0, 1, colon, color 4, 1, colon, color. Yep, see, got to get that. The muscle memory is really what gets you here. 1, 2. All right, so that should be good. And I'm just going, and you'll see that we have 30. So we'll go graphic 1, 1. That's all we have there. See, this is going pretty quickly. Box 1, 0. Again, if you see a mistake, make a note of it. We'll come back and grab it later. Or if you put it in the chat, I'll take a look at it and we'll see what we have to do. Character 1, 7, 24, question mark, submarine tracking system. Gotta love this keyboard. I gotta tell you, this is the best. Already got an error on line 20. Thank you. We'll go back and take a look at that here in just a minute. Character. This is the best keyboard I have ever seen on a Commodore computer. There it is. I see it right there. Gotcha. That should be a colon, right? Again, you got to love this. There we go. Mislav, if there's something else, let me know. I think I got that one for us. Color 1, 3. This is actually easier looking on the screen than it is looking on the piece of paper that I have by my side. So I think this is going to go a little bit faster. You got to love auto too. XR equals 0, colon, YR equals 0. 70, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. 80 is a simple do. Oh, didn't need to put 80. Now see, I got to remember not to do that. Not to do. Hey, how about that? Don't do that on line do. All right. Bad joke. I know. If you're here, hopefully it's not for the jokes because they are not good. 160, 100. I see you all typing away. I probably made another mistake, so I'll come back here and take a look at it here in just a second. It seems like this is going a lot faster than it did back in the day. Error line 20. Okay, color. What have I done? Color. See. Oh, Mislav says 20. Color 01. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that. You're right. You are correct. Of course you're correct. See, this is why it's good to have you all with me because you can help fix my errors as we go through here. Guess we also can, I could use the abbreviations for basic commands. You're right. My muscle memory has never really done that much, but you're right. I should try and do that, shouldn't I? And in case you're not familiar with those are usually 2 or 3 character codes for most basic commands. Now I got to remember where I was. XR plus 10. That's it. Oh, colon. YR equals YR plus 10. And that's just a rim statement, so we don't need that. Is this basic 65 or basic version 10? This is basic version 10, but it has MEGA65 additions to it. But if you had, this is why I pulled this out of the Commodore 128 programming guide, because the commands, I couldn't find any commands in here that aren't in the new Mega, and there's probably ways we can enhance this with MEGA65 commands. So it is using basic 10, basically basic. That's pretty basic, isn't it? Along with some additions that the Mega team has put together. So let me go 110. Where are we? Loop until XR equals. Come on, this isn't too painful, is it? Do XR equals, the key will be, will this thing really work when we're done, right? And YR equals 0. There we go. 140 is another do. 150 is circle. 0, comma, 160, comma, 100, comma, XR, comma, YR, comma, 0, comma, 360, comma, 0, comma, 2. Whew, that's a lot of commas right there. Color is 1, comma, 2. Draw is 1, comma, 160. This better be worth the type in. That's all I'm going to say. 100. I'm sure it won't be, but it will be fun either way. XR. and then draw 0, 160. I think we're getting the longer lines done first. 160, remember, draw submarine blip. Okay, oh, that's interesting. 180 is color 1, 3. Whoops, fix that. And I should be using my end-of-line codes and all those, and I'm just, let me show you. Let's see if I can remember. F9 is, yeah, F9 scrolls down, and F11 scrolls up, which is really nice. So that's really cool. So you could get to lines faster if you want to do that. So 170, did I get that one right? Yeah, put that in. Okay, so now I need to go back to 180 since I messed that up. I think I got to talking, messed something up, didn't I? Yep, let's go ahead and do color 1, 3. Line 120 says do and not do, I think. Oh, think so? Let's see. Yeah, it does look like a 0, doesn't it? Good catch. There we go. Good catch. Let's see. Sorry, line 80, not 120. Most of that would work on a +4. Yes, Neil, the +4 basic 3.5, which again, I've done a whole series on the +4. Neil, welcome. Is this your first time joining us, Neil? I don't remember seeing you, but thanks for popping in and taking a look at what we're doing today. It's good to have you. But I have done a whole series on the +4 user's manual. I've gone chapter by chapter. And that really piqued my interest again in Commodore computers. It was during COVID, and I just said, I've got to get back into this. That was so much fun. And what I found is that a lot of the +4 commands from Basic 3.5 are included in Basic 10 and are carried forward to the Mega, which is really great. The +4 is really underappreciated. There was so much that was missed, unfortunately, and I get why it was. People were expecting one thing and they got something else, so I get it. Let's see, 200 circle, but I have to tell you, I love that little computer. It is really, again, underappreciated. Let's see, 200, let me make sure I'm talking here, XR. Okay, you guys are going to have to track me. I think I'm really starting to get cross-eyed now, but we're getting close. We're almost done. 0, 2. If I've lost it, it's going to be in one of these long lines, is for sure. So, oh, good. First time. Great, Neil. Thanks for joining. If you'd like to kind of know when I do live streams, check me out on Twitter at Stephen Combs. And then you can also go to retrocombs.com and you can check out other links and stuff. So thanks. Good to have you here. Just got a +4. Never had one before. Was always, yeah, same here. My first computer was a VIC-20. I did go from a VIC-20 to a 128. And so I never had a +4, so that was fun. Mark says typing on a +4 is a terrible chore, terrible keyboard. Well, mine is anyway. Yeah, it's not great, but it's better than some other keyboards. Let's face it, it's better than the Atari 400 keyboard, probably any Atari keyboard. Although the 800, from what I understand, is supposed to be pretty good. But I got pretty quick on it as I was going through that Commodore +4 series, so pretty good. Let's see, XR equals XR plus 10. Is that it? No, colon. YR equals, I got to get used to this whole, I'm going to go to work tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to type anything now on my regular keyboard. YR equals YR plus 10. That looks good. Hey, we're getting there. Loop. Not that many oohs in there. Loop until XR equals 90. Okay, that looks pretty good. Anything after that? Nope. And then 230 says loop. And if we've done this right, hey, Mislav, you're back. Where'd you go? Oh, I see. I saw you up there 10 minutes. Okay, it's good to have you back. So we're done. So let me get out of here and let's do a list. Let's do a list P so you can see that. So again, a list P will do a line at a time, which is nice. But again, you can also do F9 and F10, which is really good. So let's just, let's go ahead and take a look here. Any errors there, 0, 1, and I know we're going to miss them, but I'm just going to take a quick look here. I'm already subbed, just never seen a live stream on this channel. Neil, this is probably 4th, 5th maybe. I haven't done a lot of live streams, so it's good to have you here. I usually post on Twitter if I'm going to do live. I also post on Buy Me a Coffee and in my Discord server, which I just started using. There's only about 3 of us there. So, but Twitter, I will usually put something there if you're interested. If you are subbed, but you don't have the alerts turned on, that might be why you're missing them. So you can do that too. So looking at 30, everything looked good there. Let's see, graphic 1,1, that looks good. Now, the other thing you'll notice on the MEGA65 is we have this color coding. In our other Commodore computers, it was just a flat color, but you notice that we have codes, and the actual basic codes are in green, and the variables or what's the word I'm looking for? Not syntax. Well, the syntax that you need for the numbers is afterwards. So that's nice that it's coded, and I think it validates too. So if it's not green and we see it, that could tell us we have a problem. So let's see, 50. Character 17424, that looks good. And oh, nope, that is not good. I need to put in, oh wait, that's fine. No, we're good, right? Yep, that's right. Okay, so we'll do 60 is color 1,3. That looks good. 70 is XR00. Do. Can the coding be changed on the colors? There is some, now if you do want them all a single color, I think there is a way that you can turn off the color coding. I just don't remember it right now. You could probably find it in the user's manual, but there's also a way with like a startup file that you can put on your SD card that you can change a lot of variables to include your default screen color, border color, and text color up front. I'm not sure, and I think you can turn that off too. I wish we had one of the developers here, but I think that's possible. I'll probably be doing a video on the customization of your boot screen sometime in 2022. Gosh, I've got a whole list of stuff that I need to go through. Neil says, I think I found this channel through looking for +4. You probably did. That's probably where you found it. Most definitely, because I've done so much +4 stuff. Even to the point of connecting that thing to Telnet, to a BBS via Telnet, which I think I was the first one to document that online, which is fun. Let's see, Circle, 160, 100, XR. Are you all checking this with me? I hope you are, because if it doesn't work, I'm going to blame all of you. I'm just kidding. I'm going to blame me. But we are a group here. This one looks +10, +10. That looks good. 110. I love this F9, F11 moving through here. This is really nice. This makes troubleshooting a lot better. 110, loop until XR equals 90. Do. XR0, YR0, that looks good. Another do. 150 is a circle, 0, 1610, XR, XY, 0, 360, 02. 160 colors, comma 1, comma 2, that looks good. 160, that's good. Oh wait, why is draw not showing up as a green command? That could be our first line. 170, that could be something we're going to need to look at. That may be formatted differently under the MEGA65. We may have to break out the manual and see what's going on there. That could be a command that is not correct. Rats. We'll have to check that out. 190 is sound, which is 1615. That's probably going to be the beeps as it scans. 200 is circle, 160, 100, XR, XR0, 360. Hey, I didn't do too bad on this, actually. 210 is XR, XR plus 10, colon, YR, YR plus 10. That looks good. Loop until XR equals 90. Yep, loop. And we're good. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this to my floppy because I definitely don't want to miss this. So draw space 0, draw 0 instead of draw 0. You think? Because if I go up here, neither the draw here where there's no space and either here where there is, which is interesting. So we're just going to, I think we're just going to run it and see what happens. So let me go ahead and I want to desave this before I forget it. Let's call this radar. And let's go ahead and list, or let's go ahead and pull up our directory and make sure that's saved. That way, there we go. So we have it. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. We're going to run it and watch us get our first syntax error and probably have to run to the user's manual and see what's going on. I was hoping that this would be a 1-for-1, but You never know. Now, I am in 80 column mode, and I chose to do that in 80 column, not only because it's easier for you to see, but I am assuming that this code was written for 80 column mode on the 128, because it did not say that it was written for 80 columns. So here we go, folks. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's what we thought. Let's see, list 20. So there's a couple of things here in 20 that aren't right. Color 0,1, color 4-1, and color 1.2. What I'm going to have to do is figure out now, here's the fun, is what those were in Commodore 128 and then make the correction for the Mega. So colors, there are individual colors for background. We have commands in the MEGA65 that are background and foreground colors. My guess is those are background colors and foreground color. I don't think, let's see if color is even a command in MEGA65. So you're probably wondering, what is he talking about? What is he looking at? So let me go back to Space 20. Let's see if I can. Oh, you don't want that one. You want this one. Here we go. So let me go ahead and zoom out here. And we're going to see if there is a, I don't think there is a color command. All right, so there is a color command, but what you'll notice is here, enables and disables handling of character attributes on screen. If color is on, the color routines take care of both character RAM and attribute, but it's not the same as the color for 128. The color commands in the 128, what they're doing is they're setting background colors and foreground colors. So for instance, let me show you in here. It's a good thing I reviewed this. If I go to background, in the MEGA65 manual, you see we have these indexes for colors. So what's happening here is the color 01, the color 4, and the color 1. We're going to have to figure out what those are referencing from the Commodore 128 Programmer's Guide. So luckily, that's what I have on screen here. And let's see if we can do a search for the... actually, I don't have the user's manual. Actually, do I have the user's manual? I think I have a user's manual. Hold on. Let's see what I have here. That's the subroutine. I thought I downloaded the Commodore 128 manual. Maybe I did not. Let's see if it's got the color command in here, though. Hold on a second. Let's see what we can do. Do color. Let's see. Color and graphics. Is chapter 4. So let's go to chapter 4. Look at the chat. I am Mislav. I think we figured out what our problem was, right? Do you need I think all of that in the chat, we've really just got to make the transfer of the color command to the specific colors for the background. It tells you that in the RIM statement at the end of the line. Oh, I see what you're saying, Neil. Thank you. That's good. Yes. What are we changing, right? So let me get our color guide here first, and then we'll go back to that. So I need to know, oh, you're saying, wait, I think what you're saying is I would have that, right? Ah, I see what y'all are saying. Hold on, let me hide the sidebar. Let me go get away. Search, get rid of that. All right, so let's go back to here, and it says, select background, border, screen colors. Okay, so background, border, and screen colors. You know what? I'm really curious if we don't set those first and we take a look at it. So, oh man. Let's see if we can get this back to white here. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to list 20. And now we've got this in a couple of places. So the first one is, well, let's see. Let's just go ahead and try it. 0. That's the background. So it wants that one to be 0. So let's do 20 background. And it looks like that's going to be, what do they have? They have 1. That's white. It's white on ours, so we'll do this. 1. Let's do, the next one is border. Let's see, I don't know if border is the command or, yep, border is the command. So we'll do border. And they want border to be 2. So 2 is going to be interesting. We're going to go ahead and just do a direct transfer because that could be kind of cool. So we'll see where we are. And then the last one is, this is painful for you all, isn't it? We'll have to rewatch later. Hey, I get it, Neil. No problems. I appreciate you dropping in. Thanks so much. I'm just, and as a matter of fact, I'll probably edit this one down. I'm thinking about doing that for this one. So edits of live streams are pretty easy and I can get those done. So where were we? Color 1 is screen color. So then screen, I believe, is foreground on the MEGA65. So let me bounce over to the foreground page, make sure that I'm not mistaken that. CDE. Yep, it's foreground. So that one will be foreground. And they want that to be 2 as well. Okay, let me go back and fix this right here. Yep, get it right here in a minute. There we go. All right, I'm going to list 20 again. Let's just verify. All right, so there we go. So now that should be direct replacements for that. Oh, Mark, yes, just saw that, as a matter of fact, when I was reviewing it. Now, there was another line. Let's just see. Let's list again here and see. So that looks good. All right, now everything looks right. So should we try and run it again? Let's just make sure one more time. Looks good. Let's run and see what happens. Cross those fingers, folks. Error in 30. Oh my goodness. At least it looks like we got our colors right. What's 30? Graphic. Okay, so this is another one that looks different. Remember, enter bitmap mode. So let me check the graphic command. Graphic, here we go. So for this one, it's going to get a little trickier. This is definitely going to be a little tricky. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. It initializes the basic graphics system. It clears the graphics memory and screen and sets all parameters of the graphics context to their default values. Once the graphics system has been cleared, commands such as line palette can be used. The use is simply graphics clear. So it looks like we're going to need to change that command to graphic and CLR. At least that's the way I'm reading it. So let's go back in to our desktop mode here. And let's change line 30 to graphic CLR. And so we're starting to see how some of these commands are changed. Now let's go ahead and list. Okay, and it looks like it's, I know this is really hard to read because you've got these Christmas colors. Okay, let's run it again, see what happens. Screen not open, error in 40. So that's going to be still an error with line 30 because it can't draw that box. Now I know the box command is right, so let's go ahead and take a look at that again. List 30, graphics clear. Let's go back to the book. Looks like maybe we need to define a screen. Yeah, it looks like it's a lot more involved in setting the screen. Now we've got palettes and everything else. Graphic clear, screen define. Remember 640 by 40 by 2. I think that probably isn't going to work. Now I'm a little concerned. Well, Let's see. So we've graphic clear, initialize. And I don't want that resolution. I guess we can run it at that resolution. It's just that the circle is going to be a little smaller. So let's go ahead and define a screen. Then we got a screen open, screen clear, pen line. Yeah, let's try a new line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and define. We're going to go ahead and do a 640 by 480 by 200. Now there are there's a map. Screen modes in the back of the book. So let's see. We may have to. I was really hoping to get this working. Let's see. So let me go back here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 31, and I'm going to say screen define 1, 1, 1, 2. And let me just list 31 and see what we have here. Okay, that looks good. So let's just see if we need to add. If we actually need to open the screen. Yep, screen not open. So now we just need to do that one too. So 32, screen open 1. Now this is interesting. This seems like it is a lot more work than it is just with the 128, which is really interesting. So let's list 30 through 40. Make sure we've got everything. Let's see, 30. Do I need... Okay, let's try it now. Okay, screen not open. So we still looks like we've got a 33 that we need to do, which would be screen set 1, 1. All right, let's check that out and see what happens. All right, try and run it again. Oh, we got something. Type mismatch error in 50. Let's see what we have there. Looks like we got through. We saw, if you saw that blip, it looked like we got just a little bit of something going on there. So SRO Stag, hey, welcome. We're trying a little programming here and not having much success just yet. So let me go back to my code here. 50, it says character 1, 724. Oh, this is where it's going to be interesting because the character mode has to place characters on the screen in graphic mode. This may be one that stops us in our tracks dead. Let me go ahead and pull up that page, see if we can figure that out. We're slowly getting there. Let's see. Character. Dun, 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 dun. We are, all right, here we go. Let's see. I'll show you what we're looking at here. So characters, column, row height, width, direction, string. Looks like maybe we're missing some things. So let's see. Displays text on a graphic screen. It can be used in all resolutions. Column and units of character positions is the start position of the output in horizontal. This is just like it was in the +4, and I've done this on the +4. Row is the start position, height, width, direction, the optional address of character set. Also, fonts are available. Interesting, you have a couple of different font selections. And then here's an example down here. So screen is at 640 by 40 by 2, character 28. So it looks like we're missing some things here. This is the font. This is the character. Now, I think what I'm going to do just to get us started is I'm going to completely replace this line of code. That'll at least get the text on the screen, hopefully without errors. And then we can adjust that to make it match the circle that hopefully we create. I think that's probably what I'm going to do next. So let me go back into my desktop mode here. And I'm going to type this in as 50. And I'm going to look at those numbers up top too. We might be able to do something. Character 28. It's probably because I've changed the resolution of the screen. There are also a lot more attributes to this command too, is what I'm noticing. So I'm just going to put submarine first. We can always come back and change that if we find out it works. And then the last thing it has is comma. This is the font. And that font is ASCII. We could also do bold font or Commodore font. So we'll go ahead and just use this one. Let's list 50. All right, so do we do that anywhere else? I think that's the only type. Okay, so here, I don't know if anybody's still with me. I have not looked to see if you guys are still hanging. Oh, there's 11 of you still hanging in there to see if I'm successful at all today. So thanks for hanging in there. Let's try and run this again, see what happens. All right, syntax in 50. What did I do? Oops, list 50. Oh, I see what I don't think that's right. Yep, missing a comma. There we go. Try that again. Syntax in 60. Let's see what's going on with 60. Uh-oh. I've got some weird colors now going on. Hold on. Let me change to black here so I can see it. There we go. Not your best color. Let's choose. Oops. There we go. 60, is that what it said? So there's that color again. Color is, what did we do in line, let's see, line 60, line 20. What did we do in line 20? Nope. So looks like color 1 is selecting red text. So in 60. So 60 is red text. So how do we change the color of text in MEGA65? That's the next thing. I'm going to have to document this, these changes. So let's see. I think it is. Now I could do I think I could just do a quick print and color code, but I don't think that's going to work. Let's see. Let's see, is there a character? Color, row height, direction. Let me give you the different view here so that you can see what I'm working on. Chat has just shut down. You all have gone to sleep. I don't blame you. Let me go back over here. Oops, there we go. I'm looking for something that is text color that is not color 1-3. Select, remember, select red. But what are they selecting red for? Let's see, color 1 before was, oh, I got it. Need to look at line 20 again. All right, just saw what we're looking for. So let me go back here. So this first one is also before it was color 01, and line 60 is color 1-3. So color 1 is the zero, 4. This is really hard to track. Let me get a pen here and see if I can work through this on paper real quick. So let's see, this is background, border, and screen. Okay, so they're changing the screen. That's the screen. Okay, so that one is going to be foreground. So list 60. So 60 should be 60 foreground and 3. And let me see, they want select red. So let me verify foreground. I thought this would be a lot faster. I did not think there would be this many changes, but now at least we're seeing what kind of time is required to convert Commodore 128 program into a Commodore 64. Now I'm sure one of the developers could bounce in here and knock this out just like that, but not this kid. Nope, not this one. So foreground, page 79 for my color codes. Red, oh, it's the same thing. So foreground is red, should be index 2. All right. So there we go. Wow. So this is a lot. Let's try and see what happens next. Hey, at least it bounced down to 160. So that's much better. Looks like I'm gonna have to get my black screen back again, or my black text. So let me do that. (160) is another color 1,2, so we just need to change that. 1 again is color 1,2, switch to white. Okay, so, and 1 is, again, that is our screen. So that's the foreground. So let's 160 foreground, and they want that to be white. So white is going to be go back to 79. I need dog ear this page. White is going to be 1. Okay, let me just see if I can get ahead here. So 180 is another one. So let's go to 180. And that's another color 1,3. And they want it now to be 180, switch back to red. Okay, so that's going to be 180 foreground. Back to red is going to be 2. And I think that's it. The big key now will be if sound works, if the sound command works. All right, let's see. I think we've made some progress. I'm just turning over to the page on sound just to make sure I have that ready to go. Make sure it is actually a command. Yep, sound is a command, so we're in good shape. Okay, let's try it again. Here we go. Foregrounds, yeah. Okay, so I'm catching up a little bit. Mark says 60 foreground. Yep, color again. Yep, colors, got it. Oh, syntax in 170, really? What is 170? Draw. Okay, so 170 is the draw command. Thanks, Mislav. Appreciate it. Got good confidence in me. All right, let me go ahead and hit the draw command in the user's manual. So let's go back to here and come back over to our manual. See what they've done now to the draw command. All right, well, there we go. I think we know. There is no draw command. So this is going to be interesting. Yep, no draw command. So what command is going to be used in lieu of draw? Now we're at an impasse. Because I hate to go through this whole book looking for that. Let's see. Line maybe? Let's see what we have. Maybe line is a command. It's interesting too, because if I look at this, it really doesn't show it as a command, does it? It does not. Let me see here. All right, here we go. looks like if I come back to my desk here, we do have a line command right here that draws a pixel at XY if only one coordinate pair is given, if more than one pair of lines drawn on the current graphic screen. And the sample that it gives is very similar to what we are seeing right there. So I think I just need to substitute draw for line. Let's try it. And we'll make that easy if I can type by doing this. We need to grab both of those, right? All right, now I'm going to list 170 again. I'm going to see if that, we should have caught that before. Yeah, now see, now they're showing up as commands. We should have seen that before. List 170 on. I don't see any more draws. I'm pretty sure circle is a command. Wow, maybe we're getting close. Mislav says second draw, put space before 0. Let's see, on 170, let's see. I don't know that I need that because it's parsing it out. But just for good measure, we are going to try it. I don't think I needed that. Code porting Trailblazer. Oh man, I don't know about Trailblazer. This is painful. But we're getting there. But again, I thought this, again, because it's basic 10, I thought it'd be easier. But we're learning that there is just so many new commands like line that actually make more sense than draw when you think about it. And I need to actually go back to the original C65 ROM and see if that is a command back in the original C65 ROM, which I love that, being able to actually pull that ROM from 1991, load it in my Mega, and then compare it. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's just try it again. Oh my gosh. We have a black screen and nothing's happening. Okay, so we are close. I think what I need, so let me see if I can get out of here. Oh no, now we've got an issue because I haven't saved this and it's not exiting. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and desave this while I'm thinking about it. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and let's go up here and we're going to go ahead, desave, come over here. We're going to put an @ in front of it. This is supposed to do a save and replace if you put an @ in front of the name. So we'll find out. Got this afterwards. Hold on. And that should have saved. Oh, let me get you a better screen because you can't really see that. There we go. So that we should have that saved now. It is breaking. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on. This is going to be the hard part. Water must be clear. No boats. What? So I was hoping I would get this done. What time is it? I know I've got a little bit more time here. I think we can see if we can plug through this thing. Let's let me run it again. I think it's got something to do with the colors that we're using, and you can see we got the black screen popping up, but we're not getting the actual, are we getting any sound? Let's see. We're not getting a blip either. We're supposed to be getting a sound. I'm sorry, I have to turn on my speakers, which is going to give a little reverb here. But I don't hear any audio either, although looks like I'm pegging here. My capture audio. Let me exit out of this and see what happens. Okay, it keeps exiting at 190. That's kind of interesting too. 190 seems to be the point where we can get out. So I wonder, sound. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at 190 here. So they're using sound. I'm going to pull up my sound command and see, because it keeps breaking out at that same point. I'm wondering if something's going on with sound, not letting it, although we should be seeing something else before that. This may be one of those where I have to sheepishly go back into the Discord server, put this up there and say, hey, can somebody help me out with this? I'm kind of having problems here. So the first one is voice, which is right. The frequency, that's right, so that should be working. And then the duration, yep, everything's working there, so that's okay. Don't need anything more, so that looks like it should be fine. As a matter of fact, let me just test something here. I'm going to do an immediate mode sound command check here. I'm not sure. Let me put my headsets on. I don't think I did anything. I don't think you all heard anything, did you? You might need pen instead of selecting foreground, background, draw. Hey, Wayne, welcome. Pen, really? You might need pen. Is pen a command? I should know that. That sounds familiar. Let's see. There is R pen. And let's see. Pen command. Yep, there was sound. Oh, there was a sound? Okay, good. I'm going to test it here myself in my ear, but the pen command does sound familiar. Sets the color of the graphic pen. Hey, I think you might be right. Sets the color of the pen. Yeah, check this out right here. Great tip. Wayne, thanks for popping in. This is why I love doing this with folks. You save me time. So pen sets the color of the graphic pen. Pen number 0 to 2. 0 is drawing pen, 1 off bits. See, the color selected by pen will be used by all graphics drawing commands that follow it. So this kind of replaces, sounds like the old color command, which might be good. Let me just check one thing here. Let me, I'm going to make sure. Yeah, there's the sound. You're right. Okay, so that should be good. So let's go ahead and see. Thanks to Wayne for popping in. Wow. New, I think this is Wayne's first time in, and he's already a huge contributor. Thank you for that. Way to go. Yeah, way to go, Wayne. Now, let's just see if it works. So that was, let's list through 40. And I think there was one command. Let me see, color. We're going to have to figure out how to do this, though. Pen sets the color of the graphic pen. Pen. Currently unused drawing pen. Pen 0. So I'm wondering, is that just going to be sets the color of the graphic pen? But there's only two options. It's 1 or 0 for drawing pen and 1 for off bits in Jam 2 mode. Boy, that is not well documented. The color selected by pen will be used by all graphics and drawing commands that follow it. Okay, so I think that's going to be something early. So let's put that, let's try a 21. Pen. Oh, I see. And then color afterwards. So pen, so 0, 0, comma, and let's do, they were doing, I think they were doing red, if I'm not mistaken. So red is, I think 3. Red is 2. Let's try that. Let's list 21, make sure that's correct. All right, there we go. So that supposedly is setting that up. Let me see how they use it over here. Palette. There's a whole lot with the palette command too. I'm wondering if I'm going to need to do something with the palette command, which if I do, that's going to be way beyond the scope of this live stream for sure. That's going to be something I'm going to have to play around with. But looks like if I set pen 1, sets drawing pen. Oh, okay. So that should just be, according to this, that should just be this. All right. The color for pen is probably dependent on the palette. Yep, agreed. You can skip the first parameter if you just want to set the drawing. So that should be it. I don't know. I'm dubious, let me tell you. Well, I guess we should just try it and see what happens, right? Worst it can say is syntax error. So still not getting anything. Are we getting any kind of sound? We are not. So it's not even getting to that. that code. Something is locking up before it's even getting there. So this may have proved to be a lot harder than I anticipated. I'm probably going to spend more time on this, sitting and going through here and probably getting some community help. I might do that as well to try and figure out, but it sounds like I need to work more with, to get this to work, I need to set that graphics mode in a different mode other than what I have it set as. Let me get out of here so you'll know what I'm talking about. Oops. Let me just do our, so right here where it says, yeah, screen, all that, I need to work on that because that is setting it up for 640 by 200. And originally this was not set up. This was set up for probably, what is the native resolution on a 128? 320, 200, I think, something like that. Is it half? I think it is. So I probably need to work on that and see if I can figure it out. So I would say that today's live stream was a bust. We did get to open up some cool books though, which is nice, but I'm going to continue to work on this. I will follow up with this. I'm going to ask some folks in the, perhaps run it first and see what, yeah, I can do that too. As a matter of fact, that'd be very easy. I can just run that in Vice real quick. Pull that code, load it up because I've got the D81. All I have to do is pop it over and pop it in there. So Xander, that's a great idea. Run it, see what it looks like, then transfer that. I think that'll be good. Never bust. This is good stuff. This is bad stuff, Jamie. I couldn't even get through. Although, you know, at least we got a black screen. It's not the blue screen of death if we were on Windows. So at least there's that, right? You could probably take the first part of the pen example to get what you want. That's what I'm thinking too. I just need to really spend some time in there. I think Xander, this is one of those things where you can try and do things in preparation, but I think you learn a lot just by struggling along with me as I do this. So what I'm going to do to make all of this accessible, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this page of code. I am going to post it on Twitter and let folks know that we weren't very successful. That way you all have a copy of it. I'll probably get some feedback and I'll work on it. And during the next live stream, what I'll do is I'll try and have them both and then we'll come back and we'll compare them. Or what I may do is from the state where we are in the live stream, have it documented what we need to do. And then the next one we'll update it so that you can see. So if you want to see part two of this where we are successful, you can do that. So, having said that, I probably won't edit this then down because we weren't successful. I'll probably wait for the next one, get them both, and then do them together as one edited live stream. So I need to go out and, like I said, I've got my running gear on. I've got a little bit of time here. Jamie, I'll be running by the house probably in about 15 minutes, or I may take a different loop. But thank you all for joining. This was a blast. Let me see what our stats look like. Hold on just a second. That's always fun to see what folks did. We have 13 of you hanging out. Really appreciate all 13 of you joining. We had 123 playbacks, which means people popped in, saw how boring this was, and they popped out. So thanks to everybody again. Just another fun way to spend some time with you on a Sunday. This is the last day of my vacation, which I'm really disappointed in. I've been off since before Christmas, but I have to go back to my real job tomorrow. So as I've said, for a lot of folks, a lot of my activities online will probably be a little less frequent as I get pulled away for the real job, but I'll try and keep things rolling. Yeah, again, if you want to follow everything, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Check out the video description below for this when it goes live, and you'll have some more information about ways to connect. So with that, I think I will just say retroCombs out, and thanks for joining me on a Sunday. And I'm going to ponder over this after my run. A lot of times a run will clear your head and help make things clear again. So hopefully, yes, Jamie, I don't plan on freezing. I think I'll be okay. I've got my winter gear. I'm going to put the contacts in, do the whole headset and everything. I'll be good to go. So thanks, everybody. I will talk to you soon. Again, see you online on Twitter. All right. See you guys. Thanks.